Hey you guys, I've been wanting to make a video for a little while sharing the approach that I take when I want to learn a new opening. So let me take you through the process as I see it. This is what I do, and I'll show you a few different tools that you can use, and there may be one or two things in here that are new to you and that may actually be really helpful for you. So and I'm also going to assume that you've got a chess.com account, because that's where I tend to play. So the first thing that you need to figure out is this an opening that's of interest to me, right? So yesterday I made a video on the wayward queen attack, okay? And this isn't something that I've ever studied before, but one of the nice things about making videos for YouTube is that it gives me an excuse to study something and to see if there are any tricks or traps or gambits, but also to know how to defend against something. So, you know, I'm just enjoying browsing through the chess universe and just picking up little bits as I go and trying to improve. So I'll go to the Explorer. So the chess.com Explorer gives you access to the whole database of all the master games that have ever been played. So these are title players, and it will show you how many times whatever moves have been made, and will also give you an idea of the results. Okay, so the wayward queen attack is e4, e5, and then queen to h5. And you can see, yes, actually this has been played 20 times by title players on the system. And I guess this is like proper tournaments. I'm assuming they're not tracking all the blitz and bullet games that these guys have played. So it has been played in the past, but it's extremely rare, and it tends to be very good for black, because white, like on the next move, knight to c6, white's only won 25% of those games. So knight to c6 is like the main line. So that's the first thing. So this is the opening. Now what I need to decide is this for me? Is this either something that I need to understand more about from a defensive point of view, so I know how to respond, or could this be something that I think might be a new tool in my toolbox? Okay, so the next thing that I would do is probably go over to YouTube. I'll type in wayward queen attack and see, I'm just perusing what's out there. So I can see, yeah, somebody's made a video on it, somebody else has made a video on it. And now Mio Perunovic has made a video on it. So this is somebody that I respect. This is a serious IM, and he makes really, really good videos on opening theory. So I'll check that out. And he started off by saying, this looks like an awful opening, but it isn't. And it has been played. And he said, like, Magnus has played it once. And I see it here. Yes, King's Crusher has made a video a couple of years ago saying that Magnus has actually played the wayward queen. So you might want to check that out, okay? And then look, below that we've got the St. Louis Chess Club, right? So you've got Jonathan Schrantz, another awesome teacher, and he's taking his kids class at St. Louis through that as well. So that says to me this is something that could be interesting. And I like to play surprising things that trip up my opponent. One of the things that Mio said about this opening is that when you're playing better quality opponents, right, more experienced opponents, they will see that attack and they will go, well, I know how to defend against that, and I'm going to come out and try and punish you for playing a bad opening. And that can actually help you to trip them up, right? So that got my attention because that's what's interesting for me. Now, you may look at a couple of videos and go, actually, that is too risky or aggressive or sharp or confusing or complex for me, or it's too theoretical. So, yeah, I'm not really keen on that. Or you might think, it's too slow, it's too boring, it's too defensive, so I'm going to leave it, right? But if you think, there's something in this for me, now it's time to, if you want to learn it, let's start learning. So, how would you learn it? Well, what I would suggest is that you start with making a note, right, on this. So I use Macs, so I use Notes for the Mac, so they sync across all my devices. And I'll just write a note. So this is the opening. This is how you get into it, and then the main line goes like this, for example. So this is just a bit more kind of longhand, and I can add comments and stuff as I go. So how do you build this? Well, there's a couple of things. One way that you can do it is you might start with the Explorer, and you might start with the Master Games. Okay, so when your opponent is really, really good, this is what you should expect. Say, okay, so if I play the Wayward Queen, then 16 times out of 20, a good player will respond with this move. Alright, so I need to make sure that that move is on my... Yes, it is. That is the main line. I've already recorded this. Knight to c6. Then I should play bishop to c4. Okay, as you can see here, bishop to c4 has been played 18 times out of 19. Okay, then what happens? Okay, well, g6 is most likely to come. Alright, so now I've got my, I'm starting to build up the main line, but this is, remember, this is against playing FIDE masters, national masters, and upwards from that. Now you're not going to find that, so what I would suggest is you go back to here, and I mean, I've never played this move, so I would go for my games, right, and as black, and flip the board around. So this is me as black. How many times have I faced this? Well, I've faced this, according to chess.com, 14 times. Now that would be a mixture of blitz and rapid, right? So I've got a pretty good record. If I play knight to f6 at this point, I've actually won, looks like 5 out of 7 games, which is odd, because knight to f6 just invites the queen to capture there. Anyway, but knight to c6, I've won half, and with queen to f6, I've won the only game that I've played that move on, right? So, but this is interesting. So let's say I do knight to c6. Now, what does my history say? Well, it says that bishop to c4 has been played 5 times out of 6. Okay, bishop to c4. Let me check my notes. Bishop to c4, yes, this is the main line. Okay, so we've kind of got that. So I know how the first few moves will go. Now, I'm not going to record 20 moves deep into this because it's pointless, and B, I can't remember it. So all I want to know is I want not to slip up in the first 6 or 7 moves so that I can get a foothold in the game and then just play on from there. Right, so that's one move that could be played. The other move could be c3. Somebody's played that. Now, I don't know who it is, but so I might have, for example, I might add another way to this. To c3 is an idea. Okay, and then I'm just going to explore from there. So the next thing I might do is then go back to YouTube and go to some of these videos. Mio's videos are awesome. All the St. Louis Chess Club stuff is awesome. You've got the chesswebsite.com, Kevin on there does great things, and then you've got this guy, can't remember his name, Advani guy, and of course Gotham Chess, stuff like that. And you can, and there's my video from yesterday that's appeared on there as well. Cool. So you can go through some of those videos, and as you're watching those, just check it against your notes, your opening theory notes, and they might point out some things that you might see, because you don't just need to know how to play against really good play, you also need to know how to punish mistakes that your opponents might make. Right? If they play something weak that creates a serious opportunity for you, then you should jump on that and punish it. Okay, so you can't just learn the proper book theory for chess masters, because you're not going to be faced with those moves. So it's good to know the main line, all the main variations, and also the stupid variations that you might come across. Now, so let's say you've got your basic opening book here. How do you train it? So let me show you my method of doing that. So the Explorer is one tool. That's really your access to the historical database. Also under the Learn tab, you will find Analysis. And this is the one that's really cool. So this is the analysis board on chess.com, which is different. So this will give you a running computer analysis of what's on the board right now. And you can just play moves. So I can go e4, and you can see the bar on the side will change. e4, e5, okay. It's got white half a point up at this point. And now if white plays queen to h5, and it's saying the same, it's saying this is the wayward queen attack. Now it's got black half a point up. So it's saying this is better for black. Now, you can also, I mean, yeah, you can say, okay, I'm going to play, for example, this move. Okay, g6. Oh, g6 is really, really bad. Well, why is g6 really, really bad? You can then run the report on that, and it will, okay, it will tell you g6 is a blunder because of queen takes e5. Okay, now if g6, yeah, so you've got then 3 queen takes e5, and it's happy days. Okay, so for example, so this will kind of help you to learn. So now I can play queen takes e5 and it's completely winning. Okay, that's fine. And now I can go back. Right, what if they play this? What, is that good? Yes, it's a book move. And no, it doesn't improve black or white situation much. So then what should I play? You know, should I play queen back to f3? It says that's okay, you know. Now, but it's saying it's a mistake. Oh, really? Why is it a mistake? Let's run the report, queen to f3, because of c6. Okay, so if c6 is played, so this is kind of one approach, but here's what I want to show you on this, because it also gives you access to your own chess teacher. Imagine just having access to your own chess teacher who can help you to train through your openings through the game. So let's say you've got your basic notes down, right? You might even go through some of your old games and say, okay, this is a new variation. So when I do that, I come across here and I'll go, oh yeah, this is a new variation. I need to remember that. Now, where do you get your own chess teacher from for free on chess.com? Assuming you're probably a paid up member. Okay, I want you to look right down the bottom here. There's a little icon that says Finish versus Computer. Okay, now the important thing is, you've got to do this before you make your move. So let's say that I want to learn how to play this effectively as white. Okay, so you don't play the move that announces the wayward queen attack, right? You don't play that. You play the move before it. So e4, e5, and now I'm going to click Finish versus Computer. So this is going to bring up me versus whatever Stockfish or whatever the engine is on chess.com at the maximum blooming setting at 3,200. So it's guaranteed to kick my ass whatever I do. Okay, but I don't want that. What I want to do is I want to train my knowledge and train my memory, and I also want to just be sure or be pretty confident that I know what the general responses are going to be. So I'm not going to play the computer at the maximum level. There's really no point. I want to train this. Okay, so look down here again, all the way down at the bottom. There's another little icon that says Change Bot. So and this then brings up the character bots that chess.com have recently introduced. So let's say I'll play someone I've never played before, right? So I'm going to play against Zara, rated 850. Okay, so let's say that that's around your level and you want to know what you're likely to expect. Okay, let's choose to play Zara. Okay, and now it's got Zara as black, rated 850. So now I'm going to play my move. And Zara's played d6. It says that's slightly improved black's position. Let me go back to my notes. d6, yes, this is a potential response. And I'm going to play bishop to c4, threatening the scholar's mate. Okay. Oh, and it says yes, good. Bishop to c4 is best. So can you see I've got two things going on. I'm playing and practicing against a bot, but not a super duper mega computer. I'm just playing against Zara, who's limited. Okay, and it says bishop to c4 is best. So now what I do is I go, okay, if d6, 3, bishop to c4. And that's what I should play as white. And now let's think, what should we be doing? Okay, I obviously can't play that. That's going to be a complete mistake. Maybe knight to f3 might be good, or maybe queen to f3. Let's think about that. What does it think of that? No, it says queen to f3 is an inaccuracy. Knight to c3 is best. Okay, so then if queen to f6, okay, queen to f6, I should play 4, knight to c3. Okay, there you go. So I'm learning as I go. And it looks here like black has blundered the bishop. Yes. So I could have taken with a pawn or with a queen. And now Zara's clearly, not in a great state. So what I can do now, and change bot, and now I'm going to go up a level. So let's choose Emir, who's rated 1000. Okay. So once you know, you might play Zara a few times, and once you're confident that you've got the hang of that, then just go up a level. So now I'm playing Emir at 1000. He's played knight to c6. This is the main line. We know this. Okay. So I'm going to bring my bishop out. bc4 is a good move. Okay. And now g6. Okay. Bishop to c4. Yes. g6. Okay. Now I know the next move is queen to f3. Also, I've seen that on 10 or so master level games. Okay. It says queen to d1 is best, and it may be best from a computer perspective, but not necessarily when you're playing humans. Okay. So it's not analysing the bot. Okay. So we've got knight to f6. Ah. Okay, yeah, there's knight to f6, okay. So knight now to e2 is best. Good. And it's saying that black still has a small advantage, and bishop to g7. Yes, okay. So what I'm doing now is I can drill this, and I want to get to the point where I can beat Emir rated 1000, and then maybe, I might go back a few moves and change bot again. I might then go up to Sven at 1100. Okay, so I choose, and now I've switched to Sven. Okay, it should be Sven's move. Okay, there we go. So Sven has now moved. And let's do bishop to there. So what I'm doing is I'm really drilling this. So, this is a new one, right? Knight to h6. So on move 3, knight to h6 from the main line. I haven't come across that before. Okay, so I might do, for example, 3, knight to h6. And then I need to find out what to play if that's done. And this will help me to do it. So let's have a look. So clearly I can't play that. I could play, for example, d3, and with an idea of capturing the knight with my bishop. So let's play that and see. Okay, d3 is a book move. Good. I will go back to here and I'll say d3. Okay, and now the queen's gone there. So it's got queen e7 on move 4. So 4, d3, right, and then queen e7, for example. Okay, right, well, let's do bishop takes 9. Good, bishop takes h6 is best. I will remember that. And then obviously g takes h6, okay, and so on and so forth. So now I'm practicing beating Emir, and I'm practicing remembering what the moves are at each point in time. Okay, and then simply you can do this, and you're doing this without risking your ranking in any way, until you feel like, yes, I've got a grasp of this game, and now I feel confident to go and play against some human beings. So let's, for example, let's go on to here, and instead of playing like 5-minute rated, which would probably be a mistake, I would then maybe go to custom game, right, and then open challenges. And you could here look for, okay, unrated games. So now I could play a 10-minute game unrated against somebody rated 464, and I can test out my opening, for example. Now, I don't know if I'm going to start as white or black, so there's a bit of a gamble there, but this is unrated, so it doesn't matter. You're not risking your rating, and they aren't risking their rating either. So go ahead and have a few games at that. Try it out against somebody around your level. Okay, 5-minute unrated against that person, and then once you feel like you've got it, and importantly, you can play without referring to the notes, because that is it's similar to as though you were using an engine, so it would actually be cheating in a game, and you can't do that. You can't turn up at an over-the-board match with loads and loads of notes, like an opening book telling you what to play. The idea is to remember it, and that's why it really, really helps to have a few openings up your sleeve that you play again and again and again. And once you've really mastered something, then you can move on, introduce a new one. So that's basically it. First of all, figure out if you're interested. Do I like this opening? Does this suit my style? Does this suit the reason why I play chess? And if not, for God's sake, don't do it. Right? Don't waste your time on trying to learn something that you're not interested in. Secondly, start to build up your opening repertoire. Don't go super, super deep. There's no point in that. But learn the principles. Look at the master games. Look at what people have done. Look at the way that the middle game tends to evolve. What kind of end games does it tend to lead to? Do I want to play that? Maybe yes, maybe no, right? But get a feel for the general kind of ideas and the principles in the positions that you see the really good players play. Then, like we say, watch some videos, build up your own notes on this, and then go and train it. Train, and use Finish versus Computer and build up your way through those bots until you feel like you're around your kind of level and you can get reasonable results pretty consistently. Then it's time to start playing against other humans, and you can start unrated, so you're not risking your own rating points. And then once you're comfortable doing that, then you can start take it out for real, take it out for a spin. So that's the way that I'm going to be approaching learning this Wayward Queen attack. I hope to have a bit of fun doing it, and maybe we'll get a game against each other on chess.com at some point soon. But yeah, there you go. That's my method. Hope you've picked up one or two hints out of that might be useful for you. See you soon.